Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make carne guisada. First, you will need hardware. First, wooden spoon, ladle, chef's knife. You can use whatever size knife you are most comfortable with. Bowls, because they're always handy. A large cooking vessel with a securely fitting lid, as well as your trusty cutting board. Software. First, garlic, however much you want. Next, jalapenos. You can use anywhere from 5 to 2. In this case, we're only going to use 2. Onion, 1 large yellow onion. This one's a little ugly, so I apologize. Bell peppers, you can use, I generally use the green kind because they're usually the cheapest. However, the red was actually on sale, so I got both, and that's what we're going to use. As well as 1.5 to 2 pounds of Roma tomatoes. Now, I use them fresh because it honestly just tastes better to me. For meat, we will be using boneless, skinless beef stew meat. I buy the stew meat because, one, it's the cheapest and beef is kind of expensive these days. But you can also use pork, veal, or really your favorite cut of meat. Next is your mise en place, basically the fun part where you get to chop up all the vegetables. I usually start with the onions, then I move on to the garlic, then the bell peppers are next, as well as the jalapenos. You have to seed both of them. And then finally, the tomatoes. This is how I open up a package of meat, and see some of them are bigger than others. That's generally how I start sorting them. And of course, once you are done, wash your hands. Now, once you're done chopping up the larger pieces and putting them in the bowl, this is kind of what they look like, all nice and uniform. Also, don't forget, wash your hands again after handling meat. Spices. I generally like to use cumin a lot in carne guisada, McCormick. You can tell that I've used quite a bit from this bottle. That's roughly 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon, give or take. I will, of course, add more later. And then next would be complete without chili powder. I don't use a whole lot though, anywhere from a capful to 2 caps, which is about 2 to 4 teaspoons. And then of course, one of my seasonings, black pepper. I'll just throw that on there. Now, there is a difference between seasonings and spices, and that's salt and pepper. You'll use pretty much on everything, literally everything. Salt is great in that it really brings out the color in the meat. That's also about 2 teaspoons. And of course, mix it with your hands. Yes, with your hands. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Fastest anyway. It's better than breaking out another wooden spoon and getting it dirty. Now you get to wash your hands again. This will be the last time. Okay, now we go to pan preparations. Go ahead and turn the burner on to about medium-high heat, give or take. But basically, you just want your pan really, really hot to make browning the meat that much easier. Next, you'll add the butter. I generally like to use Country Crock. It's decent butter. Just take your wooden spoon here and scoop out a dollop. It doesn't matter because we're going to pour this off anyway. Scoop out a little bit more. Then, once you get your pan nice and hot, you want to add your meat. meat. Put on funny. You don't want to cook them all through. You kind of just want to round them. And you want to keep your bowl because then you're going to want to put the meat back in here with some of the juices. When everything starts to kind of look a bit like that, can't see the juices down here, but then you want to pour it off. It's okay if there's still some left in the pan. Then, I'm going to take a little bit of that meat juice reserve, a little bit more, just to get the vegetables nice and brown. Now, we add them in. So just kind of let them hang out a little bit, and they'll eventually soften up. When your vegetables start to look something a bit like that, then you want to turn the heat down and add your meat back in. It'll look something like that. Then you want to add your water. About 2 quarts will do, or just enough to cover. And last but not least, and this is the best part, my opinion, you wait. You wait for that to come back up to a boil, and then you take it down back to a simmer, and let it simmer for anywhere between 4 and 6 hours, and you should be good to go. Okay, so let's see how we're doing. Ooh. It's now 7:07, practically on the dot. It's been about 4 hours, 4+ hours, give or take. And added the roux, and I will admit some parts kind of burned on the bottom. But that's about it, just a little bit. And let me go ahead and show you what the finished product should look like. And that look appetizing. So today I've shown you how to make this wonderfully authentic Texan dish, Carne Guisada. It goes with literally anything. You can put it on tortillas, you can eat it with chips, you can put it on rice and eat it like that. It really doesn't matter. Either way, it's delicious. Something you're definitely going to have to try. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or even suggestions as to what I could show next time, please leave them down below. I'd appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching.